Hello students, today we will start a new chapter, modulation and demodulation. The first topic of this chapter is amplitude modulation. Now firstly we will discuss what is the need of modulation. Now our voice signals or audio signals, they are sound waves and they need a material medium for propagation. Due to this, these audio signals, they cannot travel far off distances. Also, second thing is that if we convert these audio signals into electrical signal using a microphone, the frequency it remains the same. The frequency is of our voice signal is from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So the energy associated with this signal, it is very small, and therefore as the voice or audio signal propagates, it gets attenuated. Attenuated means that its strength becomes very weak, and therefore we cannot transmit this audio signal to a large distance. Third point is, when we are to transmit this audio signal, we require some antenna from the transmitter end. This antenna height, it is calculated as equal to lambda by 2. That much height is required for transmission of audio signal. Now if we calculate the lambda for this audio signal, we find that the value of lambda, it comes out as 15 kilometer by using the simple formula of wavelength is equal to speed over frequency. So if we take the highest frequency, then also lambda comes out as 15 kilometer. So height of the antenna should be lambda by 2, that is equal to 7.5 kilometer. So this much height is very much virtually impossible to make antenna of this much height. So these are some facts or points which requires modulation. Otherwise, we cannot transmit the voice or audio signal. Here you can see that there is a transmitter end and you have antenna, and here is the receiver where you want to send the voice signal from transmitter to receiver. There also is a antenna there. Now the height of this antenna, as I have said in the earlier slide, it should be 7.5 kilometers, which is almost impossible to build that much of antenna of that much height. So we require modulation. So what is modulation? It is the process in which we take a carrier wave of high frequency. It may be an electromagnetic wave whose frequency is very high. High frequency means that it has very large energy, and if we can superpose that voice or audio signal over this carrier wave such that some characteristics of this carrier waves get modified accordance with the instantaneous value of that audio signal. Remember, audio signal has low frequency and carrier wave has a high frequency. So that process is called modulation. Here you can see this is the equation of carrier wave. This is the amplitude of carrier wave EC, and below there is an equation of audio signal. And this I have said that the frequency of carrier wave is very much greater than the frequency of the audio signal. Now the types of modulation. Modulation can be done in three ways, that is amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and phase modulation. Now in amplitude modulation, the amplitude of the carrier wave is modified in accordance with the instantaneous value of the modulating wave. Modulating means audio or voice signal. So here amplitude of the carrier wave gets modified, keeping the frequency and the phase of the carrier wave constant. So this is the audio signal, this is the carrier wave. We have taken the initial phase equal to 0. And how the modulation take place? This is the modulated wave. Modulated wave means when I have superposed the audio signal over the carrier wave. So this is the resulting amplitude modulated wave. What happens here? The amplitude of the carrier wave gets modified. Previously its amplitude was EC, now it is EC plus KA ES, where KA is some proportionality constant. Note that frequency of the carrier wave, it remains the same. Now by readjusting these values, put the value of ES and take EC common, we get the equation of modulated wave represented by equation 1, where this quantity MA, that is the modulation index. Now if we further simplify the things, this is the equation of modulated wave. Its maximum value will be EC1 plus MA, because we know that cos function has maximum value of +1 and minimum value of -1. By solving these two equations, we get a formula for modulation index given by equation 4. So this formula will be useful in solving the numericals. Also we can get another form of modulation index. As we know, this is the amplitude of modulated wave. So by putting the value of MA and rearranging the terms, we get E maximum. So this E maximum minus EC, that is equal to delta E. So we get equation 5, which is another form of the modulation index. Now if I want to find percentage modulation, then we will multiply the value of MA with 100. So if MA equal to 1, that means the modulation is 100%. And for this 100% modulation, if we put this value in equation 5, we will get that the maximum value of modulated wave, it is equal to twice the amplitude of the carrier wave. Diagrammatically, we can represent here the whole amplitude modulation process. Here we have a audio signal, modulating signal, which is superposed on this carrier wave, that is any electromagnetic wave of high frequency. After superposition, the resultant modulated wave, it will be like this. Here you can see that now the amplitude of the carrier wave has been modified in accordance with the audio signal that we have shown in this modulated waveform. So these are the values which we have considered in the previous discussion, that is the minimum value of the amplitude and the maximum value and their difference, and this is all the complete resultant modulated waveform. So if we have 100% modulation MA equal to 1, then that type of waveform will be there. If the MA is less than 1, then the resultant will be shown here in this form, and if the MA's value is greater than 1, then it will be like this. So for perfect modulation we require MA equal to 1. For less than or greater than, there will be some disturbance in the modulated signal. So the frequency spectrum which we obtain after amplitude modulation is, this is the equation of the modulated wave which we have seen earlier. Now if I use this formula of cos this CD formula, then this resultant wave, it comes out or it takes the form of equation 2. In this equation 2, you can see that there are 3 terms. First term is same as that of the carrier wave, whose amplitude is EC, and the second term, it has frequency greater than omega c, that is omega c plus omega s, and amplitude MA by 2 EC, and there is the third term whose frequency is omega c minus omega s. So we have shown these 3 terms on this graph. You can see that we have 3 components. First component is the same as the carrier wave, whose amplitude is 1 or EC. The other 2 components, their amplitude becomes MA by 2 if we take the lower frequency and the upper frequency. Here you can notice that the audio signal or the modulating signal, its information is only in these 2 side bands. In the central band, there is only the carrier wave component. There is no audio signal component. Therefore, the useful signal from where you can extract the this audio signal is the side bands of this spectrum, frequency spectrum. Bandwidth you can easily find between the 2 side bands, that is 2 omega s. So students, in this lecture I have discussed with you amplitude modulation, and hope you have understand the concept behind this topic. Thank you.